You're used to
No,
that
that,
though,
bruh,
bruh.
bruh, relax,
It's a natural talent for Walt here.
for
Talking,
gorilla.
talking with your mouth full. I can hear full sentences with your mouth full. It's crazy.
Yes, sir. A lot of practice.
I bet. Fuck.
I
What
know
I
Chris is like, is that good or need more?
do? better, better yet,
Deeper?
you know, it's your catchphrase. Say less.
You want deeper?
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's why it's static. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna raise your mic up a little bit though, Walt. Just you sound a little low. Let me see. Do the same thing for you, Soul. Because I think last week you're a little, or 2 weeks ago you're a little low.
Okay.
Walt Chew.
Currently doing so.
Okay. All right, you sound good. All right, cool.
Cool.
Let me. All right, y'all do your thing. Let me just check the sound real quick, and then we should be good to go.
Cool, cool.
Dope.
This is me talking. This is me talking. Test, test.
Yeah, it sure
Macho.
is.
Macho, can you hear me? Macho.
I am speaking. When I speak, words come out of my mouth. I am
Macho,
grabbing a manga from my fridge.
I'm going to take a wrecking ball and throw it at your house. Can you hear
I
me?
am currently in distress because the wrecking ball has wrecked my kitchen. I have no food left now. Got a yes anding. Yes and? I will say, we'll get into it when we talk about the games y'all have been playing.
Y'all
But
stupid, but I got
I'm
everything.
thoroughly
You're good.
surprised. I am thoroughly impressed.
All right, we sound good?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, stupid, but can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, can I just say this has been the most bizarre week on TikTok ever? Like, this whole NPC bullshit is so weird. Have y'all seen it?
This whole what?
The NPC thing where like you donate stuff and like the person is acting like they're an NPC, like receiving like different types of things.
No, I have not seen that.
Legit, you'll have people like on TikTok you can like ascend, I don't know, like hot dogs. And legit, you got dudes like acting like NPCs saying, "Thank you for the glizzy." Thank you for the glizzy. And they're just repeating donations. That's it. They're just like an NPC, like, "Oh, thanks for the basketball," and they'll go swish. And I'm like, what is going on? It's just repeating NPC dialogue. It is so bizarre. So it's very we're falling into a hole where humanity's never gone before.
Mm,
Yeah, we're turning into a video game, yo. The simulation is breaking.
I'm glad I
Let
haven't
me
seen
know.
that.
What's up?
I said I'm glad I haven't seen that.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't. It'll be depressing. Smooth operator.
I saw a video before where a guy was talking to his son in the living room, and he's asking his son, he's probably like around 10, 11 or something like that. He asks him, "How do you know we're not in an augmented reality right now?" And then the son walks over to his father, slaps him dead
Slaps him.
across the face, and he's like, "That's how I know." And then his father jumps up, and the video cuts off before he grabs him. I was like, Jesus.
Okay, was gonna get a whooping.
That was clever though. Slapped him dead across. He bitch slapped his own dad. That was so funny. He had it
Dude,
coming though for a stupid ass question like that.
have you seen the trend of it's kids, they pretend that they're telling their mom, shut up, while their dad is like present, and you always see the dad. what the fuck did you just say? He's like, it's a joke, it's a joke. And you almost see these dads always kill their kids. These trends dangerous.
Man, it's borderline crazy. Couldn't catch me doing that. All right,
Bro.
let's see here.
Man, Chipotle really hits the spot.
It really does, man. It really does. That putting that queso right in the burrito too. Oh,
Ooh.
oh my god.
Damn.
That might be the wave today after the movie.
Yes, sir. Ski.
We can get pizza too, baby.
It's like cowfish. You can get 2 different foods.
Yeah, I've been there before. It was fun.
It was fun.
Especially
Which, by the way,
this one weird guy had like a weird fish glass. It was
Bro, that guy was weird. I saw the picture you sent me. Damn, that guy was a weirdo.
He kissed the fish too, which was even weirder.
Yeah, no, like, bro, like, enough. You got a girlfriend. What's going on? Why you need a fish? Bro, I'm so disappointed. I just got the notification for the DualShock Instance, like, announcement on Twitter. And it's not the fucking bird. They already rebranded it. It's the X. That shit's,
Yeah. Yeah.
so lame.
I already left Twitter, so I'm
X
good.
videos. What's that?
Never
What?
mind. What I said was completely unimportant to what you were just referring to.
No, that's what you have on Twitter now. X videos, because they're on X and they're videos.
Oh Jesus! You're
Right, Soul?
You're technically right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What he said. No.
Oh man.
Smooth operator.
I'm gonna be real though. I didn't even know if we were doing a podcast.
Oh, I remember y'all said in the week. I was like, "Oh, okay, we're doing it." But then I'm like, "What's going on? Like, what topics are there?" Because I've been more like on movie online. I haven't been too much on video game online this week.
You don't want to be
So
on
like
video game
like
online.
Oppenheimer, like all that stuff, and like talk to me like all the movies. But I'm not. I know the writer's strike and all that, but I don't know much about what's going on in video games right now.
Yeah, I mean, not much.
You just like catch up and like more talk about the games we've been playing, because I know Soul, you're the one that impressed me with something.
Oh yeah.
Never in a million years did I expect you to do that.
Yeah, it's
Played Just Cause 4.
Yeah. But also FF.
he's playing one of your favorite games.
He's playing my favorite FF.
Yeah, that's why I was like, when he wants to do a character tier list, I was like, all right, and we actually got a 3-man podcast for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mind you,
when I finish it, yeah.
right? Because I don't know how far. So I don't mind. I know a lot of it. How far are you?
Just like in some like icy area.
What the fuck?
Okay, so like every
Yeah.
FF has an IT area, motherfucker.
I mean, how many icy areas are there gonna be in this game?
I feel like there's.
forget-
I feel like. Oh. Are you going up a mountain?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
He's
Oh,
about
boy.
to get wrecked if he hasn't already.
He's about to get his ass with being like,
Yeah.
hey yo.
Well,
Oh,
I
man.
just fought against Seymour for the first time.
Okay. How was that?
Yeah, did you lose?
No, I beat him.
Oh, you
Are you
did?
serious?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the
Who
one.
did you use?
That's one of the bosses that everyone hates.
Dude, I hate that boss specifically on the mountain.
I mean, I just used Shiva, basically. We should talk about this on the podcast.
We are the podcast. We're live. You've been live.
What
for like
why didn't anyone say anything? I've been quiet this whole time.
Wait, why do you think I was asking about sound checks, dude?
No.
Yeah, where do you think
goddamn
Macho's
told
hearing
me.
you?
No one told me.
I even tagged you on the tweets. What the fuck are you
I've been
talking
working.
about?
I've been working on the thumbnail this entire time. That's why I haven't been saying anything.
Bro, why would you hit when we do content that's live?
I legit said, "Are you ready?" And
You
you're
even
like,
said
and you're
I
like,
was
"Yeah."
thinking.
You're like, "Yeah." And then there's a long silence. I was like, "Okay, I guess he's doing something."
Jesus, been live for 10 minutes. Um, jeez. Okay. Guys, welcome to the 10th episode of the DualShock. Not the goddamn it.
The
What are we on? 106, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the 106th episode of the DualShock and Sons podcast. You can tell we have not done this in a long time. My name is Soul, consort enemy waifus, joined as always by Macho. How you doing, man?
What's going on, everybody? It's the King of Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy Fanatic. I'm sorry, I got my mouth stuffed with bread. Caught me off guard here. In any case, welcome to the podcast. If you haven't heard already, the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with expanded free trial up to level 70 now, including the award-winning expansion Heavensward and Stormblood with unlimited amount of playtime. Go on download now for a free trial. And coming to Xbox, so you Xbots better fucking play it.
You struggle to say that. You.
I'm sorry. I'm actually fulfilling my mouth with bread and mozzarella. It's really good. So.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that.
We also got Walt here. How you doing, man? Finally back after like a month gone or something like that.
Man was on a
man.
sabbatical. He's on a Bruce Straley sabbatical. That's wild.
I was I'm a world traveler. I was over in Europe. I was getting used to another. As soon as I got back from Europe, I started a new process to learn at my job. So that took a lot out of me. And I just been, I don't know, man. Been chilling. But been traveling. So that's been fun. And playing, watching a lot of movies. That's been this month more about movies and shows than it has been about games. But the games are still there. Yeah, we're here. I'm here. We're all three of us. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Who would have thought? Not me.
Yeah, so we got just a few topics to go through today on the podcast. Of course, want to remind everyone to go ahead and like the podcast, share it out, all that good stuff. We're gonna begin the podcast by talking about the games that we've been playing these past I don't know, it's been what, 2 weeks, right, Macho, or just 1 week
2 weeks.
since our last 2 weeks? Okay. Yeah, this is our last podcast. I can go first, cause mine's are pretty quick. More Final Fantasy X. Just kind of slowly chipping away at that. Um, yeah,
Great.
just
That's
finished
great.
off Seymour for the first time. His little bitch ass got carried out of there. It was so embarrassing. he was he was laying down on the floor out cold, and two, what do they call guados? They had to come and pick his ass up. It was so funny. But yeah, so just been slowly chipping away at that. Um, and then I like, because yeah, I don't have really much else that I've been playing in the interim. So like, I don't know. I was just kind of like looking at random stuff, and hey, I saw Just Cause 3 and 4. I never played those games before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I saw on Amazon 4 is like $15 for like a physical copy, whereas on the PlayStation Store it's like I think 20, and then Just Cause 3 for whatever reason is like 40 or 30 or something like that, which is bizarre, but okay, whatever. Um so yeah, I got Just Cause 4. The story, you don't need to pay attention to the story. It's whatever.
You never did, in any Just Cause.
Yeah, it's that classic thing, Walt, where it's like the basic premise of like every Far Cry game, where it's like, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess Assassin's Creed Syndicate as well, where it's like, hey, we are the revolution. We need to take back,
Right.
this.
Dictators. Mafia
Yeah,
3.
right. We need to take back this land, so we are slowly gonna rise up by basically taking over all of these like little territories in the
Right.
land and slowly taking over the entire map. That's literally the entire game. That's literally all that you're doing in this game is you're taking over territory by territory.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know. It's really the most generic open world that you can imagine.
Yep.
However, it is absolutely fun. It's like exactly what my like little lizard brain needs right now. It's just like, hey, like things go boom. I can move really really fast in the environment with my wingsuit. I can
Yep.
if you're really good, then you can like, grapple off of a high point in the map, immediately transition into a wingsuit, right? You can get really really good at that, just like flying around the entire map using that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can alternate with the parachute, of course, and jump out of the parachute and then immediately use a grapple hook and then go back into the wingsuit, right? Like all the
Right.
movement in this game is so fun. If you can actually get like a good handle on it, um, then yeah, that part is just why. My favorite thing, well, is like because there's multiple parts in on the map where it's like there's just an all out goddamn like war happening at like random spots on the map. And my favorite thing is just like being like goddamn like Iron Man or Superman and just like flying into like the center of the goddamn battlefield with my wingsuit, landing like goddamn like Iron Man, that Iron Man pose or whatever, and just being like, "Hey, what's up?" And just coming in and just like turning the goddamn like tide of battle, just like taking out the other army. Like
And I
that's
think
stuff.
with
Yeah, go ahead.
four specifically, I think that's the first time they incorporated the weather, right? You have like tornadoes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't run into that. Oh, actually, no, I can't say I haven't run into that too much because I've pretty much dealt with like the whole like lower end of the map, but once you
Mm,
start moving up, that's when the weather starts
that's
to
crazy.
play more of a factor. I don't know how to deal with the thunderstorms because as soon as you start moving into those areas, you will always get hit by thunder. It's really annoying. So like I
Oh,
guess I
wow.
just can't be in those areas right now. Um
Oh, it's like Tears of the Kingdom. Oh my god.
But yeah, it's just been a lot of it's just like one big goddamn action movie. It's
Yeah.
um it's really fun because there's like a lot of times where like I'm on I actually recorded like a little segment of gameplay the other day because like I was on this goddamn high speed chase, man. I had I had all these armored trucks and soldiers on motorcycles like chasing after me while I'm just like speeding through this highway at like 150 miles per hour, and then like literally like for whatever random reason I'm not even shooting anybody, this goddamn helicopter just like comes, like I guess the pilot just like lost control of the vehicle. He just like comes like, and the helicopter is just like swerving and just uh like flies in front of me and just hits the road in front of me and explodes, and like I drive right through the
Damn.
explosion. It was like something out of like a goddamn action movie. Like it was beautiful, man.
Game
So
is such a
yeah,
playground. I think Just Cause 2. I have Just Cause 3. I never bought 4. 'Cause I fell off. I played Just Cause 2 to no end back on the PS3. It was like one of my favorite games to play there because of that same reason. Because it's a playground. It's a mindless playground.
yeah,
And I think that as opposed to something like, although the premise is the same with Revolution, uh, I think Just Cause might have the most freedom in terms of movement because you can do whatever, whenever, zip line, grapple, it's wingsuit. Not with the wingsuit. Wingsuit wasn't back in the day. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's exciting. I don't know if I'd have to really be in the mindset like you now, like your lizard brain can play it now, and you feel like this is the game you need right now.
yeah.
When I go into lizard mode, I just go back to Persona 5 Strikers. That's kind of the game that satiates that part of me. Um, but damn, no, just cause I might have to revisit 3 because it's been a while. Got that game for a while now.
Yeah, and it's like I saw like some people on YouTube saying that like 4 takes itself way too seriously in comparison to the other games. So maybe 3 handles that stuff a lot better cuz yeah, 4 is definitely like right off the bat, like yeah, it is kind of trying to be like, it feels like it's trying its best to actually tell like a compelling story, but it's just not at all. So like yeah, I don't know. This is just like I say this all the time, but like this is a good example of just like a podcast game. Like I'm having the book Dune playing in the background on audiobook while I'm playing this game. It's definitely like a clash of like these two things do not mix at all. Like Dune is like super like serious and fucked up. It's like the anti version of like Star Wars, but then like I'm playing this game that's basically just like a B like action movie. But I don't know, it's working for me so far. But yeah, man, that's basically the two games that I've been playing these past 2 weeks. What about you guys?
Macho, take it away. Because honestly, I this week I didn't really play anything new. I've been chipping away at Final Fantasy and chipping away at not chipping away, but like just playing more of oh my god, what's the game called? Outlast Trials. Trying to get back into that. Because there's still the big tests I have to do in that one with my friend, but we have to coordinate. So I haven't really done anything new. No new games. The new games that I've been waiting for, I still need to pick up, which is Master Detect Rain Code. Rain Code just came out like a couple weeks ago, and I'm really looking forward to picking that up. But I haven't really been diving into much. What about you, Macho? It's Final Fantasy. No, okay. What are you saying?
You're not wrong.
Okay.
I mean, it's actually so since our last podcast where we had that big Final Fantasy 16 discussion, I haven't really been playing anything but that. But even then, it's just been sparingly. So I just started New Game Plus, and I am. Well, you actually know this. I actually just got to Lost Wing.
Okay.
If you've gotten that far in the game yet. It's literally like within the first couple of hours, like the first maybe 5 or 6 hours.
The question is simple. Well, have you gotten to that part or not, MF?
I don't remember, so but continue, Macho.
It's bird brain ass here. Yeah, so
goddamn, standing there like,
yeah. He's like, what's that place called again?
I don't know the names. I don't know the names yet.
Oh man. Anyways, I just got to that part.
All I know is that, and the last time you and I spoke, I'm a little bit forward from the wind versus fire, because I don't want to talk spoilers just in case.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little before that in the in the New Game Plus. So I just got to that, and I'm just more like messing around with different builds because you're able to reset your action abilities anytime you want. So I'm just kind of going back and forth.
Wait.
What?
You can do what?
You can reset your skill tree anytime in the game.
Anytime? You don't need to get any special item or whatever BS?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
You literally just go to the skill tree, you hold down the touchpad, and it'll just reset all the points you've earned so that you can reallocate them to other different abilities if you want to do that.
Huh. All right. Call me impressed, man.
I've been using the hell out of that ever since like maybe the last fourth of the game, because you get a new icon, who I'm not gonna spoil for you, and their abilities are so cool that I was like, all right, I have to like make a build around this. So I did, and then I ended up beating the game with that, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm trying to do the same thing here, where we're just trying to figure out my playstyle a little bit. I'm trying to get something that's a little more crowd control, but at the same time, I really like Shiva's abilities, and it just looks so cool, just seeing the glaciers across the screen and everything. So I'm playing a little bit of favoritism there, but it's still a lot of fun. And again, yeah, I just got to Lost Wing, but I honestly have been playing a lot. I literally just delved into Street Fighter 6 just earlier this morning, just kind of getting back into it. And ever since then, really, since our last podcast, I've mostly been obsessed with the Lord of the Rings living card game I told you about, and Disney Villainous. So me and Sammy's been playing that back to back. We just got a new expansion with some new heroes in it, and then for the Lord of the Rings thing, I just got not all of them, but I got most of the expansions. So like the Fellowship of the Ring. There's 2 others that are based on like lore from the books and stuff like that. So I just finished making my decks in those, so I'm ready to play through all the scenarios, probably today or tomorrow or something. But yeah, I've mostly been doing that, mostly card games really, than been in video games lately.
Cool.
You an adult?
Yeah, man. Broaden my horizons. I also did. I did catch a couple other things too. I saw Oppenheimer, and that was really fun.
That was fun.
That was, bro. What?
It was fun. So
Yeah.
let me explain myself. It was fun because that was the first time I went to a movie theater, boys. Right, and every seat was packed. I
Mm.
haven't been to a.
Damn, you've been watching some shitty movies then. Goddamn.
I haven't been because I go usually go like earlier in the day or whatever, but I went like right after
Yeah.
work this one time. I think it was
So,
Thursday,
so
and
you know what?
and
Why
obviously
he's surprised is
and I
because
was
he got used to seeing empty seats with Little Mermaid. He's like, whoa, people actually come to the movie.
oh, you're so
Oh
funny.
man.
You're so funny. Um, so
There we
I
go.
so I saw Oppenheimer and I went like right after I went to work. So that was when everyone else went as well. So that
Ooh.
along with Barbie, and I didn't think Christopher Nolan would have this much kind of love out there. I'm not gonna lie, man. I know his movies
What?
are I know his movies are great, but like I didn't expect every seat to be filled on a Thursday afternoon. So
Legit, the man that has in his catalog what's considered the best superhero movie.
I mean that's not only in this catalog, but I understand.
No, I know, but it's not my favorite movie that he's done. I haven't seen Oppenheimer. Mine's still Interstellar, but like I'm waiting to see if it hits. I'm sure it does. And I bet that ending. Is there a post credit scene where they show?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how I know you drank some clown juice this morning. You were asking. There's a end credits scene to a Christopher Nolan movie.
No, no, no. It's because it's an Oppenheimer movie. Because maybe they show a sneak peek into.
Yeah, of him pressing the red button or something. Active.
Yeah, yeah. That's how it works.
In any
The
case,
Enola Gay.
any case, I like the movie a lot, and I say it's fun because again, that was the first time I've been in a packed theater like that since Infinity War. So it was cool to see everyone's different kind of reactions, and thankfully everyone wasn't like a jokey TikToker content creator where like there's like silent moments in the movie they had to be like, oh, I love this or whatever, some dumb shit like that like they do on those videos. Everyone was actually really respectful, and like when moments were silent, you could hear a freaking pin drop in that theater,
Good.
man. And it was well deserved because there's some really, really striking moments. And I'm not gonna say it's my favorite Nolan movie. I think Inception's still my favorite just because of the concept of it. But Oppenheimer is just it's really damn good. Like it's worth gonna go see in the theater and watching on the big screen and the surround sound and all that kind of stuff. So um,
I think he's missed. I don't think. I don't think Nolan has missed.
I don't
Like,
think. I mean, I saw Memento and I didn't really like it, but I'm not gonna say it was a bad
Memento,
movie. I just didn't
Memento's
like
the
it.
kind of movie that people rewatch various times because the first time it just kind of glosses over their head. Um,
Yeah, and the first time I saw it actually was in class, so it was like one of those things where it's like
uh,
I'm sitting in a very uncomfortable chair, being forced to watch a movie I don't like this. So
yeah, it's like being forced to read and then you don't like reading. Do you like Interstellar? Have you seen Interstellar?
I have not. So
Okay.
once you said that, that made me was like, oh yeah, it's another one I need to watch from him too.
Yeah. Oh, it's phenomenal. I have people are comparing on on TikTok. That they keep bringing up one of the tracks from Oppenheimer. Can you hear the music? I think it's called, and they're
yeah.
comparing it to Cornfield Chase
Literally
from
sounds
Interstellar.
like that.
And it sounds amazing. The song, I've heard the song already. It sounds amazing, but people are starting to say like, "Oh, this is better than Cornfield Chase from Interstellar." And it's like, well, I don't. Let's take it easy, guys. It just came out. Let it simmer for a while, because it's like people saying that, what's the theme?
You kind of bought it real
Um,
quick, so I didn't hear what you said.
what's the Kefka theme? Or Kefka?
You talking from
The
Final
clown?
Fantasy Six?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's your yeah, the basically like his battle theme.
When they say that his theme is like better than One Winged Angel, and it's like,
Oh
are
right.
we listening to the same song? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Well, that's it's funny you mentioned that because it's the one thing from Oppenheimer that really stuck out to me was the music, just
Okay.
because it was just so masterful. It felt like we were listening to an orchestra while we're watching the movie, like a live orchestra while we're watching the movie. Kind of the same thing with God of War when they had that trailer being played and there was a live orchestra playing during the
Ooh,
conference. It felt like
yeah.
the exact same thing for Oppenheimer. I was like, this is like really damn good. It's setting the tone. It's getting me in
Oh,
the mood. I'm like glued to my seat. I've been in the seat for almost 3 hours. My ass is hurting, but I don't care because the story just keeps flowing and it goes places you don't expect. Like it's really good.
that's why you download the
Yeah.
app RunP.
I don't know what the fuck.
So no, it's legit an app that it's like almost 5 stars. It will let you know. You can set a timer as soon as the movie starts, and it'll let you know 30 seconds before the time where you're able to go to to the bathroom before, so that you don't miss anything important.
Oh, that's
And
interesting.
like, and there's like various checkpoints throughout different movies. Like, but it sucks for some movies. You can
Man,
kind of
just pee your pants, man. It's not a big deal.
Nah, no, bro. Because when you watch Avatar: The Way of Water, you think everything's gonna be important. Not everything is important. Sometimes they're just swimming, and I'm like, bro, I don't care. I just want to see yo throw some hands.
Well, I'm saying you're not gonna want to watch, even not miss a scene. I mean, you're not gonna want to miss a scene in Oppenheimer because you see a lot of Florence Pugh. That's all I'll say. You see a lot of
Oh.
Florence Pugh.
Whoa,
So
this conversation is also. I will say that I find it really beautiful is too dramatic of a word, but like I love the timing that Barbie and Oppenheimer are coming out. It just feels like this is exactly like with the strikes happening. Like this is, I feel like it's such good timing to like remind
Hmm.
executives that like these more than really like anything else, because we had, flops like, like The Flash and these movies that just and Indiana Jones that just feel like they're so just like machine, like factory goddamn made and, and
yeah,
and packaged and stuff like that. And then you have Barbie and Oppenheimer that are just like, these are
Barbenheimer.
movies made by like goddamn humans, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like you can tell that they had like very specific like visions that are unique from one another. And it's just
Hmm.
like the timing just could not be better. And when we're in this current environment of just like when these big companies want to push AI and AI generated content and whatnot.
Yeah,
Secret Invasion as well. So yeah,
yeah,
it just feels like, man, like these two movies could not come at a better time because it's like they're doing really good at the box office. So it's like showing these companies that like, hey, like these are still like I don't know, man. Like these movies still goddamn work, man. And there's a reason why movies like Indiana Jones and the Flash and Shazam aren't working. Like it's not because like that the whatever, like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like no, like movies are still working at the box office. If like I don't know. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? Like I don't know. I think
yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, I think also this combination of both movies not only helps that, but also I love that it's a good contrast, because
Yeah.
it gets people into seats. Because I don't know if Barbie. This is interesting. If Barbie was not gonna come out at the same time as Oppenheimer, I wonder if Oppenheimer had done the same numbers. Because a lot of people did the same thing of Oppenheimer and then Barbie. I get
Yeah.
why. You don't want to end watch Oppenheimer for the whole weekend and that's all you watched. Why? Because it's depressing as hell. Like you don't want to just think about, wow, that was a beautiful movie. I wonder. Oh, it's just reminding. But then Barbie's like, oh, uh, life is, everything's plastic, whatever. But also, I think that the movies you mentioned, while they're very machine, generated, that feeling, you also have some hits among them, like Across the Spider Verse or Guardians 3. But then those also remind you, Across the Spider Verse took years, and the writers were very heavily involved. Same with Guardians. James Gunn was heavily involved. That's why it was so good and was so successful. Like you have actual people behind these things. But then you have. Did y'all see what Universal did with the trees?
No.
No. So
Oh
like
yeah,
for
yeah, 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 yeah. I saw that.
dude,
Yeah.
that is insane.
It's cartoonishly evil.
It is literally he's twirling his mustache. Ah, yes, perfect. They left. Like, what is going on? Like, why
And
is it so hard?
and it's like I'm sure you guys saw. Well, I don't know, Macho, if you saw because you're not on Twitter, but like all of these movies just got delayed. Like
Hmm. Beyond the
from
Spider Verse got delayed
yeah,
indefinitely.
yeah.
yeah.
I saw an IGN that Spyverse got delayed, and they had like a whole other list of movies that got delayed. I was like, that's a given.
And it's like, and then there was also this thing, I forget the exact number, but it was something like these studios are losing something like $500,000 like a day as these strikes are going on. And it's just like are you guys really this stubborn that like you guys are willing to push back all these movies, lose thousands and thousands of dollars in the process, when this could all be over if you just meet these people at the table and give them essentially what they need to live. I saw this actor. I think he was like an actor on Lizzie McGuire back in the day. He literally got a residual of zero goddamn dollars.
Wait, what guy?
Zero. I forget his name, but he was on Lizzie McGuire.
Was he the
Um,
guy, like the father or whatever?
I don't know. I never watched that show.
Damn, that's
But
crazy.
$0. And it's just like you can just like email me that. Like, why go through the trouble of like printing out a check and send that to me? That's so goddamn disrespectful, you know what I mean? So like I don't know, like I just feel like, are you guys really that stubborn where like you won't pay these people what they deserve and you would rather have all of these movies just pushed back indefinitely and lose thousands and thousands of dollars in the process when you could just end all this stuff right now if you just give these people what they need, you know? But no, it's ridiculous.
They're probably super stubborn right now because of the fact that they're losing so much. What's the matter, Papa? They're losing so much money from streaming services. I saw an article that said like Peacock lost like
Yeah,
$1 billion, something like that.
yeah.
So they're probably thinking in the back of their minds like, well, we could lose people, but we can't lose the next $1 billion because of our streaming service.
Sam McGuire, Macho, is the character in Lizzie McGuire.
Oh yeah,
Robert
oh
Carradine.
yeah. I think that's the dad. Yeah, I think that. Wow, that's actually pretty crazy. He was a big role there. Yeah, that's probably what they're thinking because I keep seeing articles about like these companies losing billions, if not millions, of dollars from their streaming services because they're not making back their money and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
um,
Which
yeah,
is insane. Also, when you don't, I don't, actors determine how much like agents whatnot. But I really doubt that an actor has to be paid what they're paid. Because if that's the worry, it's like, no, we're paying already. Then pay them less and pay more to your writers. Like there's money being spent, or cut your own paycheck. Because I feel like there's money that's being put in places that it shouldn't be that much, or we're just being greedy and keeping it all, like hoarding it, like we're some goblin. Like there's no reason to not pay writers. There's
yeah.
no reason. And
It it
there's no movie without a writer. And an actor cannot be an actor without a writer. Like you literally cannot do anything. But then the whole AI thing is that's scary. Like I don't know if you've seen it, but Black Mirror, the latest season, I don't know if you guys care for spoilers, but the first episode, the premise is there's this quantum machine that produces thousands and thousands of episodes of AI generated like content. And it's like that's exactly what the conversation is now, that people replace writers with AI. And you have like as a chat GBT, you put like a prompt and it'll generate like a whole script. Doesn't sound like a human, but like for some people it works. And I'm like, why is this a conversation? Money.
yeah, and there's the other thing where like Paramount, I think it was a Paramount CEO that said recently that that they're not going to invest in original animated IP.
Yeah.
They're just gonna keep regurgitating like franchise stuff like that, which is also sad. But
Yeah.
This is why like small it's like the video game thing. Like you do get regurgitation of a lot of things. That's why like indie developers are so amazing. This is the moment to like go to your local film festivals, and like local film theaters, and like just support anything that's not being talked about. Because legit, like you said, so like you have garbage like the Flash, where it has scenes that are not just AI, but I don't know what's the practice where they like reanimate like a someone that passed away, and they make them a character. They
Yeah.
have they have so many of those in the Flash. That
Yeah.
is insane and disrespectful. Is that ethically even like? But that's the thing, like ethics. And oh man, what's going on?
in any case, Oppenheimer's really good because
Yep.
back to that point,
Yeah.
and
No CG, right? He said that he didn't use any CG for that movie.
I mean, if there was, I wasn't paying attention. It was just a really well made movie overall. But yeah, it was
Man.
great. And then the other thing I've been watching actually, which is tied to our PlayStation podcast moniker, is Twisted Metal.
Oh.
I watched
Wow.
the first 4 episodes, and it's actually pretty decent. I like it. It
Whoa.
it's not bad. I'll just say that it's not bad. It's not Last of Us quality. Like here, you can
It's
really
not
tell a
meant to be
difference
that.
between HBO and Peacock Productions.
Right,
Because there's certain scenes, there's certain moments. I'm just like, is she really hitting him? I'm not sure. That kind of looks weird. There's not a lot of force in those
That's a
hits
stunt
there.
performer.
Yeah, it's a little. It's like some odd stuff like that, and then plus some of the CG you can tell it's like, oh yeah, yeah, that's a CG car. Yep, that's a CG background. Yeah, that's a CG arm, or whatever the case may be. But I really like this setup. I like the events. The action's fun. Anthony Mackie's great. Sweet Tooth is awesome. So
Okay.
it's like it's a nice premise. It's nice. It's like one of those things I can have on the background
Nice.
while I'm doing something else. But it's good. So I would say it's not Last of Us, but it's better than Uncharted. I'll say that.
I think I mean I don't know if that's like is that the middle ground? It's better than Uncharted or
Well,
than Last of Us.
I like Uncharted more than most people, but
Right. I
I,
haven't seen it.
but I think what Tristan is setting up and everything I'm seeing so far, like in the
Mm.
so far the midway point, it's good. It's fun. So
And also, to be fair, like most of Uncharted was done before PlayStation Productions even got formed.
Got involved. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
yeah, yeah, and
And
now
maybe should have
now it's with the director that I'm trying to think if he'd even play the game really. So
yeah,
I
I
don't.
don't know.
I think I might be Mandela affecting it, but I recall someone like of the production crew, whatever, talking about like, oh, like they had a family member that was excited that they were in Uncharted. And it's like, okay, then maybe there is someone that knows, but maybe the director didn't know. And also,
Tom Holland knew. He understood.
okay, so
He
it was
even
Tom.
yeah,
Okay.
he's the one that suggested some of the shots where Nathan's looking at his notebook to use that in
Mm,
the movie because he knows that's from the game.
there you go. Okay, that's
Um,
your point. Getting those back shots. What?
I, uh, I forgot to mention that also the when you were talking about like movies and whatnot that
Mm-hmm.
I also did an Alien binge, finished the ones that
Ooh.
I didn't watch.
So
So
tell me the ones I should watch then. That and others
Yeah,
well,
because I
I
haven't seen
shouldn't
them.
waste my time with. Tell me.
technically you should just watch Alien and Aliens,
Okay, that's fine.
which
That's
the first two
Oh,
movies.
interesting.
Um, Alien 3 kind of sucks. Alien
Damn.
Resurrection kind of sucks, which is so that's Alien 3 and Alien 4. Alien Resurrection is exactly what it sounds like. They basically clone Ripley to bring her back because she dies in the third one. So
Right.
they're like they're
Spoiler.
like, oh wait a minute, she's a good character. We need her. So wait, let's write her back into the story.
Any
Uh,
reason for what's her name?
for what?
What's her name? The actress
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver. Okay. Any reason to bring her? I don't mind. Clone or not,
She's
yeah,
awesome.
she's
Which is
awesome. Okay. Okay.
she's always great. She always gives it her all.
yeah.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
What was I gonna
Prometheus.
say? Okay, specifically about Alien 3. Why I actually have not finished Alien 3 because that movie pisses me off.
Damn.
Um, so and I guess spoiler for Alien 3, but
Sure.
at the end of Aliens, you have this really cool. My problem with all these movies, let me back up. My problem with all these movies is that they introduce, and I guess this is just like a critique on like the horror genre or this like the slasher genre in general, but it's like they introduce this crew and you can never really get attached to them because what always happens with these movies, the monster slowly picks everyone off one by one, right?
Mhm.
So it's like you can never really get attached to any of these. Even when you like some of these characters, you can't really get attached to them because you know they're just gonna die at the end of the movie.
But isn't that
Which
like part of the charm that like you just want to see the creative ways they die?
and sometimes it works. In the first Alien movie, it works. It absolutely
Okay.
works. You have Ripley who survives at the end of it, right? She
Mm,
actually manages to beat the alien.
okay.
At the end of
Only
Aliens,
one.
what was that?
There's only one alien.
In the first movie, yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah. So but then in Aliens, the cast is much larger.
Mm.
But Ripley manages to survive with like kind of a little family. She makes it out with this guy who's like a soldier who helps her out through like the entire movie. He's like really helpful. He's a really cool character. And then there's also this little girl that she befriends, and like it's like
Mm.
her this it's like Ripley, this little girl, and this soldier guy, and they make it out of aliens, and it's like, okay, cool, we have this like little family thing going on here that you can carry on for like the foreseeable future for like the next Alien movies. Alien 3 literally begins with their ship crashing or whatever. Ripley survives, the other two are dead. Immediately, right out of the gate, those two characters that the last movie spent the entirety of like building them up, they are dead within the first like 5 minutes of that movie. And that like immediately that movie gets on everyone's shit list because of that decision. Because it's like, okay, well, like, what the hell? You spent an entire movie of like building up these three characters,
Mm-hmm.
these three characters going literally through hell and back, surviving together, and then it's just like you do nothing with it in the next movie, which is insane. Which is why that movie pisses me off so much. Um, and
Okay.
and and it's even weirder because Neil Blomkamp, is that how you say his name?
I know the guy you mean, but I don't know if that's how you say it. But I can see the name.
He was originally penned to do a Alien 5 movie,
Mm-hmm.
and the funny thing with that original script was that he was like, okay, Alien 3 and 4 do not exist canonically. This movie is going to take place after Aliens, and in his original script, those two characters survive, and the movie was going to be about those three characters like it originally should have been back in the day when they did Alien 3. So like that's how you know that, like, oh yeah, we probably messed up back then with Alien 3 and 4. Regardless, I
Yeah,
digress.
and the people kept changing apparently.
The
So like I'm
directors,
looking at
yeah.
the directors, and not only the directors but the story writers, like they
Yeah.
all kept changing.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no like consistent story after Aliens, really. You can even argue
Mm.
Alien to Aliens isn't really, there's not much of like a
No,
consistent.
because it's Ridley Scott and then James Cameron.
Yeah, and those two argue over those two movies like all the time apparently.
This is
But
insane. Then David Fincher does three. What the fuck?
which Alien 3 had a bunch of like studio interference, so even that movie is just notoriously like really rough. Um
Mm,
Alien 4 is like, it's okay. I like it more than Alien 3, or at least of what I've watched of Alien 3.
mhm.
But there there was this one line where I was telling my friend that Ripley, so she's a clone in that movie, and there's this like big plot point where she comes into this lab and she sees like failed versions of her in these like giant like test tubes. It's really messed up. There's like one really deformed version of her that she talks to, and it's like basically like, kill me, right? So, and she has to get like she gets like a flamethrower, and she's just like, setting the whole lab on fire, and like, she's crying while she's doing it. It's a really messed up scene. And then Ron Perlman's in this movie, and he plays just basically this like, the average meathead soldier guy with big guns and things like that, right? Those type of stereotypes that
Mhm.
are popular during the 90s. And he has this line that like messes me up in that scene. He's like, there's another soldier next to him. He's watching Ripley just like set fire to this entire lab. It's a really emotional moment. And then Ron Perlman's like, "Women, am I right?" I'm like, I'm like, what? It's so ridiculous, right? But yeah. So then, you're breaking up a little bit.
Was that four or three with John
Four,
Perlman?
four.
With
That's
Ron
four.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And then you asked about Prometheus.
Yeah.
So the Ridley Scott movies after Resurrection is Prometheus and then Alien Covenant. Those are like
Mm.
connected. Like there's an actual like through line story with those more so than like the original movies. Uh, they're nice to look at. They're beautiful. Um, I can't hear you. You're like breaking up again.
Yep. What's up?
There you go. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, they're beautiful. They're nice to look at. It's just that weird thing of just like I don't know if we needed to know the origin of like the aliens and like where they came from and how they're created and all that kind of stuff, you know? It gets into that weird territory of like the the what are they called? The metachlorians or whatever from Star Wars.
Oh
Or
yeah, yeah.
yeah, where it's just like I don't know if we needed to know all of this stuff. Like it's fine keeping things ambiguous.
I
Um
liked it just for the visuals alone. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, visuals are cool, but then like
Yeah.
it the same thing I talked about Alien 3 killing off characters in between movies that doesn't make the sense to kill off these characters. Prometheus to Alien Covenant does the exact same thing where like literally the main character in Prometheus uh just in between those movies you don't get to see what happens, but she's dead in Alien and it's just kind of like a WTF moment where it's like okay, I guess that explains what happened to her, but like, why did you decide? I thought we were like setting her up to be the next Ripley. Like, I don't know, it's bizarre. Alien Covenant is okay, it's fine. I thought there were some really cool moments in it. But again, it's that same thing I was talking about earlier, where it's just like you have this crew that like I kind of want to get attached to. I like some of these people, and then they all get picked off one by one, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I got yeah. So I did a little Alien binge. It was fun, regardless. You know, they're not bad movies. It's just like they don't like Alien and Alien set the bar so goddamn high, and it's just like everything after that's just kind of like it doesn't really come close.
I
Um,
recommend the Predator movies. They're pretty good.
I haven't seen. Oh, I did see Prey, but I didn't see the Predator.
The
Uh,
original Predator movies are really good, but Prey, yeah, Prey is damn good. I love Prey.
the goddamn AVP.
Those are just dumb fun. Those are straight up dumb fun, especially the sequel to it.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, no, Prey. I think Prey was so good. I want to watch that again. It was dope.
yeah. But yeah, that's I was not expecting to get that much into that, but yeah, that was it was fun, just like I would do it at like goddamn like 2 in the morning, lights off, just like sitting like laying down on my couch, and just like I don't know, it was a good time, man. It was a good time that week. But yeah, okay. Let's get through some of these topics before we have to go. So first, let's talk about Spider-Man 2, man. Spider-Man 2 showed off a big story trailer at Comic-Con last week, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Um yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so you know, PlayStation Studios patented story trailers that they always do for their games just like a couple months out before release. I always really love these trailers. And yeah, this one was no exception. I thought this was a really damn good trailer. What'd you guys think?
Macho.
Why'd you? Never mind. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I think it's gonna set up something really cool, but it gave us everything that we wanted, which is what Venom was gonna look like, and
Mm.
he looks gorgeous, man. Just
Beefy.
just everything, just from the sliminess of his body, the large
Whoa.
white spider on his chest, and then his morphing, the morphing or dysmorphing of his mouth whenever it just opens and you see all the jagged teeth and then the tongue and everything. It was really cool to see all that. I even saw David Fincher's reaction to it. I think his name is David Fincher, the basically the guy who created um Venom,
I think you're
or
thinking
the
of
artist.
Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. David Fincher's a filmmaker. Never mind. But yeah, so
Yep.
I saw the artist actually react to it, and he's like, the tongue came after I worked on Venom, but everything they got about it, I love it. I think I guess the tongue thing is more like a stylized, like taunting kind of thing, but it's really interesting how they get into like the weeds of like Venom's character and how Insomniac is tapping into that. And it looks like what they're doing with most of their games anyway, which is they'll tap into something which is really iconic and then make it their own thing. And that's what made Spider-Man 2018 and Miles Morales so damn good, which is taking those characters and making them their own. So I'm really excited to see what they do with Venom, especially since I think I saw a bit of your reaction. So they definitely gave us the biggest nod and hint of who's actually Venom. So it's interesting. So I'm really excited to see what they do with it. Plus, all the characters look great. Faces look amazing. Aries and Mary Jane looks different, and she does, but it's not like a Peter PS4 to PS5 difference. I can tell it's still her.
I like her design. I like having the hair down.
Yeah, same. She looks really good. So
I love that. This new design is great. Yeah, the hair is down now. Right.
it makes all the difference, bro.
Yeah, bruh. Like Miles' look. Do y'all like Miles' look?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's nice.
Change of pace. I like some. All right.
I don't know.
I
I,
mean,
I I I don't really like to get into this like because like I feel like it just becomes like the whole like basis of like the conversation because like I was watching Kind of Funny's their PlayStation podcast last night and they're talking about the trailer and it's just like that's not my Peter or it's like they spend like so goddamn long talking about like oh but man Peter just looks so different and he's just like man I just like the other looks so and it's just like we've had 3 years we've had 3 years to like accept this get over it and, you know what I mean it doesn't mean that you can't like complain about it but it's just such a tired conversation at this point man and it's just like okay like yeah he looks different like
Well, I
don't
like
know.
that he looks a little older, just like as he should. But
yeah, he does.
my one complaint from before was that he looked really young, like they were trying to copy the Tom Holland look from the previous game. But in this one, he
Like,
looks older, so I think I'm okay with it.
it's like isn't he like only what 23 like
Peter?
he
Bruh, no, this
No,
one's 8 years into his career.
no.
Like the one in the video games at least. He's been in the game for a while now. No?
I thought he's like in his mid to late 20s.
Yeah,
okay
like
that might be the case then I don't remember
but I think the big thing was that you had this big body and this very baby face. Like it was weird for a moment, but now they kind of like adapted it. And
Oh no, he's right. Actually, he's 23 years old and Spider-Man
in
2018.
in 2018, okay,
Yeah.
wow, my man, listen, I don't know.
Maybe
Then
maybe because he
look
looked
old,
maybe
man.
because he looked like a near 30-year-old in that game.
Yeah, that's why they changed it. See, it
I
was all
mean
for a reason.
I mean you're not lying I mean yeah because like I'm trying to think he would be what he got his powers at like 16 something like that
Around there, yeah. He got in like the tail end of high school. Yeah.
yeah so I mean that lines up yeah, I don't know. I think he looks about what Spider-Man would look like to me. Like I don't know.
He looks good. No, yeah, he doesn't look bad. I think it was just it was a very very stark difference, and there was like no reason. Like it was like why are we, why? But it's growing on me. It's growing on us. It's fine. It's okay. He and Miles look good next to each other now. Before
Yeah.
it looked like Miles looked older than him, and he's actually younger.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, what did you guys think about like the rest of the trailer? Trying to think
I
of
love
like some other moments like
I love what's his name? Mr. Negative.
Martin Lee.
Bro, I love how he looks. My man looks like he's been through it. Man was in jail, is in jail. Like, I want to see how they incorporate those old villains back now. I wonder if we're gonna see like out of the group. What was it? Was it the Syndicate? Was it?
I don't need to see Rhino
I
and
don't. I
Vulture
don't need to see them in
and
action. I just
Electro.
want to see how they're like, what's going on, because that's like a big hit. I feel like Kraven's gonna be like, oh man, what if we amplify this guy, or what if we amplify that one? Like, who's he gonna pick aside from Lizard, or is it only
I
this?
don't need I like they were already amplified in the last game with
Were they?
with their
I forgot.
suits. Yeah, I mean that was the point, right? That Macho that they all had disabilities and
Like better.
the suits specifically like helped them with those, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Um so yeah, so and but the route that it looks like they're taking is that like we're only bringing back them for like like character specific reasons, right? So of course,
Yeah,
obviously Martin Lee has a connection to Miles, so that's why we'll bring him back. Like,
there we go.
not yeah. So we'll bring him
Yeah,
back
no,
for that.
that's what I meant. I don't want to see them fight. I just want to see how do they matter? Why do they matter? Or maybe they harken back to this, or like Doc Ock was working on this. Maybe this will help. Like Craven will be like, oh, this will help me make these other guys stronger so I can have more fun or whatever. I don't know what his goal is. All I know is he wants to hunt. I just want to see more Felicia. Okay, like I miss her. I dream of her. I go to bed and I think about her, and I think, why MJ when my
Well,
man seems happier?
I don't think you need. I don't think you needed to say that online.
Yeah,
But yeah,
everyone's thinking it.
there was another shot in the trailer when I think Peter was like on the floor and like everything was on fire and you just see like the silhouette of like a character like off into the distance, like in the middle of the fire. Like I don't know who that is, but it looked really, really goddamn cool. I don't know if you guys know what shot I'm talking about.
I don't know. Do you know Macho?
Macho?
Macho, stop,
Uh,
twiddling the giddly.
that's my bad. I was muted. Yeah, I saw a couple people say, or at least guess who that character was. I know you're talking about though.
Okay.
Who's that character?
No, well, I mean they'll say it,
No, I'm not gonna
yeah,
say it.
yeah, I'm just pointing out that was a really, really cool shot.
Gotcha.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of great stuff in there. Just like again, it was a nice story trailer, and that's what I'm really excited about this Spider-Man story specifically because 2018 was one of my favorite pieces of Spider-Man stories I've ever experienced. So I'm looking to see. So I'm even more excited the fact that Miles in here, and then we got Craven, and using the entire New York landscape as his hunting ground, and that's just gonna produce so much anarchy. And then you have Venom. Like it's gonna be
Sure.
so cool, man. I'm
And
excited.
you have Osborn still present, and I hope he gets more screen time and more like actual dialogues with like Miles or Peter, or we get to see. Listen, who was it? And we haven't seen any Goblin, right? Any
No,
type of Goblin?
no.
That would be phenomenal. I don't mind a little bit of Goblin. And I don't know if in the whole game or maybe they tease it towards the end or something, but that's a villain that I am always happy to see in any Spider-Man media. Because that's like, I feel like that's the reoccurring ultimate, like, aside from Doc Ock, like the second best in Peter or Miles' life.
That feels like
So
a
let's.
good like third game ender kind of
Mhm.
thing. Same thing with No Way Home. So
Bring either
yeah,
Green or Hob. I don't care. Just bring a Goblin.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But yeah, no, this one's gonna be great. I'm excited. It gives like some really interesting tones too that are not really present in a lot of Spider-Man stuff, like a little bit of horror vibes in it, which is cool
Mm.
Yeah,
because of the
yeah.
black suit and everything. So
Yeah.
so
I mean, we got that with the demo, or with the playable demo when Miles is looking for Lizard, and
yeah.
like through cracks, and like you see like there's like things falling in the background, and he's like reacting to it, and you're like, oh my god, what is this? I I wonder. I don't know if they're gonna go this deep in lore, but I wonder if aside from just Venom, if we're gonna get another Venomized villain or a Venomized person. Because it'd be cool to get at least a glimpse into either a Venomized, I don't know, or even wants to be Venomized because he feels like he's the shit already. But if he somehow feels like, oh man, I can't really go against Spider-Man, I need more, and then puts on
Man,
the Venom suit.
I already played Spider-Man Web of Shadows. All right, we need to
Yeah,
leave that.
I was about
We
to
need to
say
leave
that.
that
So
idea there.
I was about to say
Man.
that we already peaked at Venomized Wolverine. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
how.
man.
Yeah, that
Oh, man.
that rocked. So I don't know what could be cooler than that.
You don't think there's something? Well, you don't think there's something cooler than Venomized Wolverine? In this one?
Absolutely not.
Honestly, no.
Absolutely
man.
not. Even like a Venomized Goblin or something. Nah, not even.
Nah. Do you think we'll get another symbiote or just Venom?
I mean, if we sprinkle in Carnage in there, but I don't know. It might be taking it a little too far.
Yeah, I think that's too much.
What was the? Was it Web of Shadows? What was the like Doc Ock Carnage? Where is that one from? Is that Web of Shadows?
That's not Web of Shadows, no.
No. Those
It's
two
one
are
of the it's one of the ones from before, but I feel like I've heard that that's like one of people's most feared villains in any video game from Spider-Man. And it's Doc Ock when he gets possessed by Carnage.
Oh,
Just
that's from the very first Spider-Man. Not the very first, but the PS1 game.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
yeah, it's when Doc Ock and Carnage fuse or whatever the case, and then he's chasing you in this like laboratory. You get to escape the laboratory, but it's like PS1. It's
Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds
yeah,
terrifying. In today's graphics,
yeah,
that would be amazing.
yeah.
But yeah, man. Spider Man, I'm
um,
excited. Venom. I
yeah.
really want that statue, but I'm not gonna chip all that money down.
What did you
Are you
guys think
guys gonna get?
about?
What were you
Oh,
gonna
go ahead.
say?
Well, I think you were gonna bring up the console, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, what did you guys think about it?
I want it, but
I know you do,
I'm not. I'm
motherfucker.
not
I
gonna.
saw it as soon
I'm,
as I saw it. I'm
I'm
like,
not.
Macho will want to buy this.
Yeah, I know, but I can't, man. I already spent my money on the Lord of the Rings stuff, so I'm trying to be
But what
good.
about what about just getting the face plates and the controller separately?
Nah,
Ooh.
nah.
I will say that
Really?
controller. If anything, the controller. That's the one thing I would get if I'm gonna get anything.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad that they made that decision. That's a really consumer friendly decision that you don't have to buy the entire console just to get it.
That's an interesting way to phrase that.
It is consumer friendly though.
Oh man, I didn't know. I
I
didn't
was
know. I know. Soul was an interview for a PR job at PlayStation.
well because I was a little bit taken aback, because I was expecting them to do the opposite. They love that Nintendo and their Nintendo attitude nowadays. They love to nickel and dime you.
It's a very big contrast from what Nintendo would do. Because like Nintendo,
Yeah.
they would do the you can only fast travel with this amiibo. It's like, oh wow, great man, that's consumer friendly. It makes me consume even more shit. Like it's not you're
Yeah.
not giving freedom. But yeah, if anything, I get the controller. If anything, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but if anything, that's what I would get.
I mean, I would, man. If I had the extra funds for it, then I would go for the faceplates because those look really sick.
Yeah, well, man, time marches on. It's not gonna run out. It's gonna be around. So
Nah,
It did run out.
yeah, it's already sold out. They're like it's limited edition, but you know it is. But I just think that the design is really cool. Because I thought it was just, I thought the cutoff from the black and the red was just like really like copy and paste kind of shapes or whatever. And I looked closely at it. It was actually the symbiote crawling to get to the spider icon, and that's really cool. So I think that's really cool.
It's
Yeah.
it's I think it's a clean design. It's not overly designed. But at the same time, it's more than just what the PS4 Spider-Man console was, where it was just that glossy red and then the white logo on top. I feel like that's a really really clean look, but I feel like it's too simplistic. So I like this one is kind of like it's not overly designed. It's
Right.
still kind of simplistic, but it just hits that nice like balance of like the two.
It's
It's
style.
not.
It's
wouldn't
really
say
stylish. It's stylish.
it's style. Yeah, like it's slick. I wouldn't say it's Starfield levels of cool, like the
Mhm.
controller.
Yeah.
But I would say that it's like it fits with the PlayStation mentality. But I just think that you can't really beat so far. You can't really beat an Xbox like custom controller because I still think Gears of War 4 Xbox One controller is like one of the most goated controllers I've ever owned. Like the shit got scratches on the side, like a chimera scratched it. Like it's so cool, and you feel it's like actually like porous. So
Yeah, they go in with their custom designs, but I also think that the PS5 faceplates are some of the best that they've ever put out.
absolutely, absolutely.
They should really capitalize on that. I don't know why they don't do it more.
They should have done this right from the get go with Ratchet and Clank. I mean, for the whole 9 yards. Like
Bro,
honestly.
Demon Souls. Like they should have been doing this with
Oh yeah.
their main titles. Last of Us, fucking God of War. Like put more on there. Put more. Give me more. But that's why you got custom people. So you got people online doing it for different types of prizes. But it's not official. I like official.
Yeah. Um. So this kind of ties into, and it's a nice segue to Insomniac is a wider discussion. They are working on a third project, which I feel like we knew. There were. I mean, they put it out in a tweet in 2021, I think, or was it last year? It was a while ago when they said that they were hiring for a multiplayer project. And so what's funny about this is that I don't know if you guys saw who the source was from. Did you guys see who or where?
No, I just saw YouTube videos of people talking about like the new game in development. I don't know any details though.
So this came from a seminar that was being hosted from Full Sail University.
Oh, so did you
And
go?
well, no. So this I don't know why it came out now because this originally happened September last year. But it was like a seminar, like an online like Zoom seminar.
Gotcha.
But the person who is leading this project and who was talking about it was the girl that I went to a panel of in April that I was kind of telling you guys about in Discord, where it was like a panel about project management.
Mm-hmm.
And she alongside some other devs were like giving that talk. And then like I had a conversation with her like after the panel was like finished and blah blah blah. And she was like talking about a lot of like just product or project management specifically like at Insomniac. And yeah, so now come to find out that she's the one who is going to be like leading this third project at Insomniac, which I didn't know until I heard about this. So that was really really cool to see that. But yeah, so we don't really know too much else about this. What do you guys personally want from this? Do you guys want it to be tied to Marvel anyway? Do you want it to be something in the Ratchet universe, in the Resistance universe, or something completely like a completely new IP? What do you guys want from them?
You know what I want. Come on. You,
Why do you have to say it like that?
you know what I want.
Bruh,
You know
my
what I
my
want.
man, I got a tingly there. What you say like this?
He
Whoa.
just made it
Whoa.
weirder.
What?
He said he
You know
got a
what?
tingle. Oh man, we went from Spider-Man to this. I mean, it's kind of in
Like,
line. Um, yeah,
yeah.
you know what I want, man. I want Resistance. Give me that. If they're talking
Oh
about
wow.
if they're talking about a multiplayer game, let's do it. Let's bring back Resistance. Let's actually make gaming fun here and multiplayer
Oh,
gaming fun.
whoa.
Crazy. That's
Listen,
crazy.
Resistance is just a gem. I wish I was able to finish it on a hardware I will not mention, but but
Okay.
it was it was a lot of fun when I was playing it. If I just wasn't kept getting freezes and everything, that would have been great. But it's not possible. But
Uh,
I got halfway through the game and I was loving every bit of it. And I want that thing to come back in full stride. And I want Simon to work on a nice multiplayer game. Give it to us, please, and thank you. This is my
all
TED Talk.
right.
You,
And thank you for going for your TikTok.
I mean, that's the thing that's like, it being a multiplayer project, it's like it could be like just another resistance of like, hey, here's like a 10-hour campaign and then the multiplayer,
Sure.
like those original games were, right? So like
Yeah.
that's what I hope that it is.
Makes sense.
Um but I don't know. Who knows what it could be. I mean, I would love if it was something like a Ratchet Deadlocked, like back in the day.
Oh,
And that's
that
that's
would be cool too.
yeah, that's the thing, man. Is that like Insomniac has done multiplayer, before to varying degrees of success. No one likes to mention Ratchet All for One, but that's definitely a game that they made. Um, but but yeah, I
Did
don't
you
know.
play that one on the Wii too? So.
On the Wii, what?
I play everything on the Wii.
Jesus, the Forbidden Console. Um,
You
but
who shall
what?
not be named.
But whoa, what about you, man? What do you personally want from this to be?
Resistance was the first game I ever played on the PSP. Uh, now what I want, I don't know if I necessarily want something right now from them that they're not already making. Because honestly, right now what I want is Wolverine. Uh, but honestly, a new IP would be cool, or like more into the multiplayer realm because I haven't experienced Insomniac multiplayer personally. Uh, so that would be cool. But I think it's after I forget the name of the. Oh my god, what's the new Bungie IP that they're making?
Marathon? Well, it's not
Marathon.
not a new IP, but yeah.
But right, right. But after Marathon, I'm like, damn, I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. Because like you pitch me Marathon, it's like, okay, then you show me the trailer, I'm like, oh wow. Like Insomnia being around for so long, uh, it'd be cool, Soul, if they brought something from before from Ratchet and Clank, because I'd be able to understand what that time was for Ratchet and Clank, more tongue in cheek humor and whatever. Because all I know is Rift Apart.
Yeah.
Um, Resistance, that would be nostalgic as hell, because I played so much. I forget the Resistance I played, but it was on the PSP, 3000, I think it was. Um, Played the hell out of that. But also, if they're going more Marvel, uh, I don't know. I don't want them to go Marvel, because I feel like we're getting
Mm.
our fill with Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. More Marvel, I feel I feel like it's too much. I feel like it's too much of a good thing, unless they go super like Assassin's Creed Rogue and they do like a villain game. That'd be cool. Um, like a one shot, like a Miles Morales, but with a villain. But I don't know. That'd be cool. You know what? I want more of that. I want more games where you're the bad guy. Like, what's the name? The Darkness, like games like that, or Fear, where it's like you're kind of bad but not really. Like, I want game, bring a game like that. I don't know if they're doing something superhero related. Do a villain. I play a villain like Prototype. You guys remember Prototype? That wasn't Insomniac, but it was a villain.
I like
Yeah.
that idea actually. Yeah.
You know, like, give me a prototype type game. That game is so mindless. It's so fun. Um, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I feel like anywhere they go, they're not gonna miss, because they haven't missed yet. Hopefully, they won't. Like Capcom, it's like, all right, y'all are good, but take it easy.
They've been carrying PlayStation on their backs the entire generation. So we'll
Yeah,
so I'm excited to see what they pump out next.
absolutely, man. Pump it out and give Macho what he wants, because he wants it,
It's actually extra
All
pumping.
right, man. All right.
bruh.
What do you think? What do you think? So what do you want?
Yeah, what do you want, Soul?
I don't know. I'm leaning more towards I don't want it to be Marvel, because I agree with you, Walt. Like I feel like, and yes, they did do Ratchet a Clank. Ratchet. What the fuck did I just say?
Ratchet,
Oh,
Ratchet a Clink.
I I don't know if you guys ever watched Donkey, but like
Yes.
for whatever reason I have he says Ratchet and Crank. I have that stuck in my head. It's so funny. But yeah, they did do Rift Apart in 2021, which was like a nice palate cleanser.
Right.
Um, and so like I don't know, I don't want them to do like a third Marvel game. I feel like it would be kind of overkill.
Yeah.
But I do feel like they are like a studio that can like bounce back and forth between Marvel and then doing their original stuff.
Yeah.
So I would hope that it is going to be original. Um,
For sure.
I I do I don't think it will be, well, maybe it would be something like Resistance, but like I do get a little bit nervous because like I remember that panel and she was kind of talking a little bit about like I forget if she was like asked this question or she brought it up herself, but she was talking about like she thinks a lot about like player engagement and economies and games and things like that, and I was like, okay. Like, oh boy,
No.
because that makes me think more like, like Destiny, like the live servicey kind of thing. So like I don't know, man. Maybe it's something like that. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what it could be. I guess I just hope that it's not another Marvel kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Um,
feel like Resistance is such a given though because you have the
right.
layout there. Like you can do Call of Duty
Multiplayer.
Zombies in Resistance, right? You could do your little single player. You could do your expansions. You do your hordes. Like there's so many things you could do with that IP that just lend
Right.
itself to co-op playthroughs or even PvP stuff. So
Sure.
Yeah. It would be, and like yeah, it's not, you're not starting from scratch, right?
exactly, yeah, yeah. You just
Um,
introduce all these different kind of weapons. Like yeah, I feel like it's if they're gonna do something with live service, then why not lean into a IP like that and it'll get the PlayStation fans excited. You know, it's reviving the classic IP, and they get other people interested because the fact that it's like people versus monsters. Like people love that stuff. So
Sure. Yeah. And I've always viewed Resistance for some godforsaken reason. I like. There's no logic behind it. I've always seen it as the competition to Gears, because it has the same vibe of like getting invaded or getting like messed up by this.
ooh, that's an interesting conversation. I like that.
like this otherworldly uh threat. And it's always been like, when I think Xbox, I think Gears. When I think PlayStation, I think Resistance. When it comes to like the zombie slash horde, because you have what was the latest Gears thing where they had like a bunch of athletes play it, and it's like really successful. It's like a multiplayer type thing. Why not dive more into that? Yeah, like with Resistance, you have so much you could do. I don't know the lore. I don't know how far they want to go. I wouldn't mind a horde mode type thing. Do a GTFO did. Have you guys seen GTFO?
No, but I mean that kind of like it could also be something kind of like that where it's just like smaller scale. Like I don't know,
Sure.
like what
Like
if it is something that's just like a Rocket League or like a Fall Guys, like on that scale,
right,
something
but
smaller like that.
I think with GTFO, what you have is like it's smaller scale, but it's levels. Like so in GTFO, there are aliens, there are monsters. It's 4 players, but each player has their own unique set of abilities, and you have to work cooperatively. Otherwise, it's gonna be all near impossible to get through the level, to the point where you avoid monsters because they're so tough. But it's layers, and you upgrade and you go through. Because I think, as much as I love the beat enemies, here comes the other horde. I feel like you have to introduce verticality, kind of like the mentality of cyberpunk. There's more going up than there is going wide. With Resistance, you can kind of do more underground stuff. You go into a base and you go underground and you keep doing, wave after wave after wave until you reach the bottom, and it's like this big fight. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of
You
like
can,
that. Kind of like that game, Killing Floor 2.
but yeah, sure,
Having
sure. Or like
having
Left
having
4
different
Dead,
mechanics in it. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Back for Blood, Left 4 Dead, like replicate all these things, bring the best out of all of these, or even Black Ops, because Black Ops Zombies, you have an actual story that you can do, or you can just fight zombies. But if you do the story, you're rewarded. So kind of give that nice balance of, okay, there's actual like progression to be made, or I can just do it for the score. And I feel like Resistance is like the perfect game for that, or the world. Uh, it's monsters versus, it's the age-old alliance versus the horde. There's
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing better than humans versus something. So
I was gonna say battle royale could probably be good too, but
absolutely,
but
no. I
but
mean,
but isn't
this
but
is
isn't battle royale really kind of hit or miss based on the people you're playing as and the different kind of stuff you can introduce with
Yeah, I
that?
mean it's
but
all
it's the
dependent
same
on
thing with Team Deathmatch. I feel like battle royale should just be a default mode in every single game from now on. I feel like it's like Team Deathmatch, capture the flag, free for all. It's just a over complicated free for all. That's what battle royale is,
Mm.
just permadeath. I feel like battle royale should not be a conversation of, should we do battle royale, or no, do battle royale and do this, because battle people are expecting there to be a battle royale lately in games. You have fucking, what is it, Brawl Stars, the game by Supercell, the people who make Clash Royale, they have a battle royale. They didn't have to, but they have a little battle royale in there. So I feel like it's more of a mode that should be there by default. But I get it that it's a bit more wider scale and there's a lot of resources that you have to put into it. Look at Fortnite; that's all it does, and it succeeds incredibly. Um, Maybe do battle royale in a smaller scale. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
who knows? But
yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be exciting nonetheless, man. Insomniac continuing to kill it, man.
yes, sir.
Yeah, they're
They truly
they're
are the insomniacs. They don't sleep.
they're killing it, man. So lastly, let's get to Armor Core 6 really quickly before we get out of here.
Sir,
Um, did you guys have a chance to see any of the preview footage or any of
sir.
the impressions?
Yes, sir. Yes,
It looks
sir.
it looks it looks I'll admit it looks pretty damn good. But I
Yes,
will
sir.
not be there, baby.
I will be there, baby. I don't know if they won, but I will be there because I've never. The only mech game I've ever played was Demon X Machina, and I liked what it did. And people are saying that
Oh,
Armor Core is just better, and I'm like, well, all
Macho,
right.
do you know what mech game recently released?
There's a lot, good sir. You have to be more specific.
Well, what's the first one that comes to mind that
Final
came out
Fantasy
recently?
16.
Not that one.
Not a mech game.
Exoprimal.
Exactly.
That is not a mech game.
Is it not? Aren't you
No,
piloting?
those are exosuits. I feel like mech games like Pacific Rim, like you get into an actual mech.
Okay.
Yeah,
The mech
that's not a mech game specifically. It's more,
No,
yeah.
there's people that argue that Attack on Titan is a mech anime.
Probably theme wise, but not even
I mean,
close.
you're kind of piloting fleshy mechs, right?
That's our argument because
Fleshy mechs.
Evangelion, they're not really
You said
robots.
fleshy mechs.
No, that's legit the argument, Macho. Like they'll go like, oh no, because essentially it's another corporeal being, and there's a human piloting it. So basically, it's a mech. It's just made out of flesh.
I'll usually call that a puppet, but okay.
Then okay, puppet game. uh, listen, Armor Core. I've never played any Armor Core. It looks so complicated to animate. You see all the parts. You see the mech actually moving. It's so fast paced. This is what I need. Bloodborne 2 is not happening anytime soon, or the remake. I need fast paced from stuff in my life. And since Sekiro, like this is the next big thing. I need to be on the edge of my seat, knowing if I'm gonna get fucked or not.
Jesus.
I don't think that's gonna be this game though.
It looks hard, bro. That shit looks like you have to be moving constantly, or else you're dead.
Yeah, everything to you looks hard.
That looks difficult, you little virgin. But,
It looks pretty good though, but
I was really impressed by like the scale of the game. Like
yeah.
there was this one like weird machine that just like good lord, like you're like an ant compared to it.
The
Like,
Shadow
it reminded me
Colossus
of,
vibes.
Like near.
even more than that. Like
Yeah.
I don't think you guys have played the Burning Shores DLC for Horizon, but it was like that. It was essentially like that, and just seeing it just moving across the screen, man, like it's always like things like that always amaze
Just
me.
play Nier Automata, you virgin.
I have played it. The hell?
Yeah, that's exactly. You have some like.
I love his insult was something you said before and he had to say just to
And Macho, the thing is that it just doesn't work the second time, you know? Like,
People are focusing on the wrong things. No, but listen, you're talking mechs. We've seen big. Since Chronos.
oh,
It's hard to kind of replicate the sense of scale. I feel like with Armored Core, not only is there scale, there's the added tension of a because I mean I don't know how it's gonna feel, but it looks like there's not a whole lot of health unless you upgrade, and I feel like compared to Horizon, I feel safe with Aloy. Does that make sense?
Oh, on hard difficulty, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I was dying left, right, and center, man.
It's hard. If it's hard, it's hard.
Well, it's just you never have like enough health. That was my I don't know if problem's the right word, but that's like the issue I always.
Have fun with blood vials, man.
Yeah. Totally.
The scale reminds me of Final Fantasy 16. Actually.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you ate breakfast, did that remind you of Final Fantasy 16?
Yeah, especially when I look at the little cereals and I see the milk and then never mind.
Whoa.
And
Whoa, he sounds like those MFers who like whenever they see a game with green grass fields, they're like Breath of the Wild.
My man closes his eyes and all he says Bahamut. And sees Gilgamesh like, oh man, the prince.
It's all Final Fantasy, man. All Final Fantasy, especially after that announcement for the next expansion. But no, back on Armored Core though. Right. This is essentially what boss fight Armageddon with mechs.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Sure, yeah.
Then I'll play it eventually because you guys know me. I love my boss fights. So.
Yeah, it's a boss. I mean, that's all from stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is more like Sekiro, where it's like more straight to the point.
Right. There's like you either learn what you got or you don't.
Right. Yeah, it looks cool. It looks cool. Yeah, I won't be day one, but I'll think about it when it comes out, and then forget about it, and then remember during Christmas time. So.
Yeah, there you go. That's the pea brain we like to see.
It's not the same for you, pea brain. Ha! My joke hit harder because I said it the second time.
Shut the fuck up.
Um, but yeah, I think consensus is that Armored Core 6 looks
Yeah.
pretty damn good,
Good.
which
I'm
is
not buying that
it,
collector's though. I ain't
it's
put.
insane that like man, dude, just like another like potentially game of the year candidate releasing in 2023. Like
Oh
that's
man.
crazy.
Oh.
And I feel like I feel like we kind of forgot about it a little bit too. Like because I that's definitely how I felt was like when once these previews came out, I was like, oh yeah, Armored Core 6 is coming out this year.
Yeah, so did everyone else. Then they saw the trailer, like, oh, I can't wait.
No, but I think that's the name has a lot to do with it because you hear Zelda, you hear Final Fantasy, you immediately get Chubb, but then you think Armor Core, and it's like, huh, I'm not familiar with that. At least
I
I'm
don't know,
not.
man. It's
What is
just
this? Armor Core 6?
I'm gonna be honest. Dealing with FromSoft fans 2 years in a row is kind of insufferable. I'm gonna come out there and say that.
Dealing with Persona fans is insufferable.
That's true.
I don't know,
That's
man.
true.
Dealing with myself is insufferable. Wait until they announce Persona 6 and read the Fantagio.
Yep.
You ain't gonna stop hearing from me.
And wait until your major boss fight is another damn dinner table.
Yes, sir, Ski. Yes, sir.
All I'm saying is that From Software could literally I don't know, release a goddamn elephant in your house and people will be like, "Oh, From Software, thank you so much." Oh my god.
So I'm curious to see like how the reception is to Armored Core now, because I know a lot of people were jumping on that bandwagon right now, so they just want something to play.
Yeah. That's gonna do it for DualShock and Sense episode 106.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in, live or after the fact. We're gonna get started with these outros. Macho, what do you got going on this next week?
Nothing much but the Lord of the Rings living card game. Gonna jump into all those scenarios, more Final Fantasy 16, and get back to Street Fighter 6. Not hardcore. Wait till my fight stick actually comes in, and so I can actually start learning more characters. And then I think that's it. And then really, Walt, what are you doing August 3rd? Good sir.
August 3rd?
Yeah, what are you doing August 3rd? Are you gonna be playing a specific game that's coming out on
Here we
PC
go.
only?
Here we go.
That rhymes with Smolder's Shade 3.
Really? Really, Walt?
It's just the white PC. It's like I'm going on PS5.
No,
It's been on PC for the last year.
I forgot that you were in France inside of a dungeon in France for the past 3 weeks. The game got delayed to September, or like a couple days on PS5, but it's coming out earlier on PC. So it's coming out on August 3rd. Yeah. So what are you doing August 3rd? Are you gonna play?
What's August 3rd? What day of the week is that?
Motherfucker, he's not getting the joke. Forget it.
I am not. I'm not getting it. What do you mean?
He doesn't watch the podcast. So.
What? Bro, no, I don't.
Because Soul really wants to play the game, so I tease him all the time that I'm gonna play it on August 3rd when it comes out and share screenshots.
Oh, because he doesn't have a PC. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Never
well,
mind.
I mean,
The joke was ruined.
Oh,
So.
for being a bad friend.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Wait.
I'm gonna share photos of my character having sex with a bear to use Soul, just so you could be envy.
Jesus.
Because that's what you naughty freaks are into. So.
That, I mean, it pains me, but I mean that is crazy that like we are days away from that game. That's wild to me.
Full release because it's been out.
Yeah, and I think people for reviews got it yesterday, so we'll get reviews like, which is impossible. Let me just say that. Like, really, you're giving people what, like less than a week to finish what is more than likely going to be like an over 100-hour game? That's pretty shitty, but
that's being generous.
Yeah.
The review is just finishing the game, not even doing anything else with it.
I mean that's the thing. We're probably going on August 3rd. We're probably just gonna get a bunch of review in progresses for various sites, which sucks, but it is what it is. Regardless, that's crazy that comes out. So man, dude, like these next couple of months are gonna it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to play on August 3rd. So I'm excited.
Thank
All
you, man.
right. All right.
Wall, what about you, man? What you got going on? Well, while I'm over here playing goddamn Just Cause 4.
Hopefully this week I'll be doing the double feature either the same day or now for Barbenheimer. Uh, Today I think it might be Talk to Me, which is a horror movie. Um, Excited for that. I want to catch up on the Insidious movie so I can watch the Final Door or the Red Door, whatever the fuck it's called.
It's okay. It's not as
Yeah, no,
great.
they're kind of they're like average movies. As a horror fan, I need to indulge.
Oh yeah,
Um,
then do it. It's good for that.
um, what do you call it? They're gonna be releasing Terrifier again in theaters. I never saw it. I might watch it.
Oh, we'll
Yeah,
talk
no,
later
I
on
know,
that one.
I know. Uh, Fucking Final Fantasy, more of Final Fantasy, because really want to get to the point where I can start uh, the Ultima playthrough or whatever the difficulty is called after you beat it. Um, what else, man? I might revisit. Man, now you got me in Final Fantasy mood. I might check 10 and see if I can beat where I left off. I don't think I'll be able to remember everything from that moment, so I might have to restart. So I'll have to check about that. Uh, no elephants in this house because FromSoft likes me. Aside from that, man, not much else. Just chilling. Uh, I'm not a weirdo like Macho, where I hate my friends.
Um, as for me, yeah, not much. Just I guess more chipping away at Final Fantasy and Just Cause 4. I also started binging Handmaid's Tale, and it's
Oh,
really damn good. So yeah,
nice.
excited to keep doing that. But yeah, that is it for episode 106 of the DualShock and Sense crew. We will see you guys in 2 weeks, more than likely, for our next podcast. So yeah, until then, peace out.
And for my review of Baldur's Gate 3. Peace.
Okay.